The World. The Two of Swords. The Seven of Cups. Learning to walk away from ideas, dreams that you thought were real but were not. And going and choosing a different path in life to get to where you're going, the world. You have to choose wisely because no one else is going to choose for you. And if you wait for the world to choose for you, you're going to be a victim of your circumstances. You have to be the one in control of how you move through life. Eight of Wands, Six of Wands, choosing, Four of Cups. This is also giving me the apathy of, so say you're dating, right? And you feel apathy with everyone that you are coming in contact with. You might meet a lot of people, but you have to choose for yourself who's good for you. It reminds me of a friend who was a male that would have no sort of plan when it came to picking who he dated. He would just literally shoot his shot with every single female he came in contact with that he was attracted to, I guess, right? And he would go on dates and he would be with certain women for, long periods of time, but he never chose wisely. He just would go down the line and be like, you want to be with me? You want to be with me? You want to be with me? Over and over until someone said, yeah, okay. So there's no sort of boundaries. There's no sort of goals here. There's no sort of standards. That's the right word. And standards has a negative connotation sometimes, like you're being high maintenance. It's not being high maintenance when you have standards. You have to know what you're looking for, because if you don't, you're gonna get confused. You can't just accept things. I've heard it actually from more than one man, especially men, where they're just like, I'll ask them as a friend, being like, well, what are you looking for? And one man, I remember him saying to me, well, I just want someone to like me. And I'm like, well, you don't have any standards of what you want? And he's like, no, I just want a woman to be attracted to me and like me. And I'm like, well, good luck with that one, because you're going to find a lot of females that will try and use you through that method. Another guy, like I said, just going down the line until someone said yes. Eventually, yes, you could find someone worth holding on to that way, but you might go kiss a lot of frogs too, because again, you're not looking for specific traits. I'm not just talking about physical traits, because I know men always look for physical traits first, but what else are you looking for? Also, people have said, I don't know what I want. And that can come from a lot of different places. I don't know what I want. It can come from fear, because they're afraid of actually asking for what they want. It can come from literally just not knowing, because they're more codependent. They're used to being told what to do. They're used to being told what to accept, and they just eat their words, basically. They feel like they don't deserve to have wants and needs of their own. It could also mean that they're being shady, where they're just like, I don't know what I want, I just want everything. And that can come from a malicious place. But if a person is saying that in a more good light, they're either afraid because they don't know what they want, they've never tried to define that for themselves, or they're just confused because maybe they thought they knew what they wanted and it wasn't defined enough for them, right? So if you just go towards physical attractiveness and nothing else, you're going to be shocked by how wrong that could go for you. So if you want peace, if you want actual relationship, like a good relationship, something that lasts longer than an hour in bed together, you have to choose for yourself. Choose wisely, the Six of Wands. You have to be the one choosing, picking, and culling. You can't just accept what comes to you, because again, it's dynamics, right? You can't have too many boundaries and standards, because then you're just impossible to ever please. But you have to have some certain things where you're just like, this is an absolute no for me. This is what I'm looking for. And eventually, if you know what you're looking for, you're going to get it. The Hermit. So this can put you in a place of wanting to be alone when you don't really know what you want, because every time you come in contact with just what are those cards in a deck, a wild card, right? If you just date in like a wild card kind of setting where you just take whatever, it's not going to give you any sort of direction in life, because you don't even know what you're looking for. Yeah, it's like going to a restaurant and being like, I don't know what I want to eat, and that's okay. But if you let someone else choose for you, you might get a dish that you just don't like, right? And that keeps you wanting to be by yourself. It keeps you wanting to not commit, because you know that your own solitude is more peaceful than the people around you, because you're not the one choosing. You're letting other people choose for you, which gives you burdens. Ten of Wands. It burdens you because you're letting the world choose for you. And look what happens, the Three of Swords. There's a lot of heartache, heartbreak, cheating, uncertainty, third-party energy. You might be the one that's cheating because you're not satisfied, because you don't know what you want. Again, it's like you're blindfolded and you're walking around a room and you keep bumping your head on everything because you don't even know where you're going, and that's okay to not know sometimes. But if it's coming down to relationships, you have to know what's good for you, what's not good for you. Justice. What is good for my personality? What is good for my lifestyle? What's not good? What don't I want? And it can't just be physical traits. I'm sorry. This is what keeps you in this apathetic place, the Four of Cups, where you're just like bored with all of your options because you're not the one choosing. You're letting people choose you. The Tower. And it constantly ends. It doesn't stay. The tower crumbles. And you start over again and again and again. And then you get to a point where you're like, I'm tired of these tower movements. I'm tired of getting my heart split open. I'm tired of feeling tired and overburdened, doing everything by myself, carrying the weight of 10 people on my back because no one's helping me out. It's because you're not choosing people. And, male or female, if you let people choose you without you having boundaries or standards yourself, there's a lot of people that will be predator-like and take advantage of you for multiple reasons because of that. The devil comes out when I say that. Here, I'm attractive, take my hand. Right? Do you want the devil? Maybe you've messed around with people that have just used you. Maybe you've been attracted to them physically and you were obsessed with them in some sort of sexual way, right? This is all about addictions. Maybe you were addicted to negative people, which happens a lot too. If you don't do your own healing work, you're going to be attracted to negative people. You're going to be attracted to the bad boy, the bad girl, the slut, the easy win, right? And you meddle around in that energy. Look, he has you on a puppet. He's pulling your strings because he knows that he can, because you don't have standards, you don't have boundaries, you don't know what you want. So they confuse you on purpose. I'm attractive. You like being with me physically. Isn't this fun? Right? And it might be fun for a night or two, but then what? Then what? You get bored and you move on. You get your heart broken. You feel tired. You feel burdened. You feel like they're confusing you on purpose. You are confused with your feelings because maybe you feel attracted to them, but you know that you don't like them. Maybe you even hate them. The Four of Wands comes out. Community. Picking the community for you that helps you feel like you belong. It's okay. So let's just take the community card for a second and saying like, okay, well, most communities won't knock on your door unless there's some people out there where they will knock on your door and try to recruit you, okay? But most communities won't be knocking on your door telling you, hey, come with us. We're cool over here. It's fun over here. Come join our crew. You have to be the one to pick the community and be like, you know what? I want to be around this energy, these types of people. I have these standards. I have morals. I have this, that, and this that I want. What kind of community serves that to me? And then you go to the community yourself. 1111 is about matching the energy of what you want and finding it yourself, picking it yourself, not letting it pick you. Because you're just a sitting duck and you're a puppet for people to manipulate you. Maybe you manipulated yourself, but it doesn't. Now it's time to take back this energy and create things that are going to make you happy. And in order to do that, you have to balance out what you really want and what you don't want. At least define a couple things, right? Or at least admit to yourself, like, I don't know what I want because I'm afraid to define it. I'm afraid that if I list what I want, I'll never find it. Fair, but how are you ever going to search for something that you don't even know what you're searching for? You're just going to wait to win the lottery? You're going to wait for Prince Charming to come knocking at your door who's going to be perfect for you? Likely not. Likely not. Right? It's like going out in the times where we didn't have the internet of online dating. How did you find people to date? You were in a community. So what does that mean? Maybe you liked, I don't know, painting. You liked doing a certain thing, painting, boxing, whatever it is, right? You join a community for yourself. You like to paint? I'm going to join this painting community. And then when you're in that community, you meet like-minded people. And eventually you might find someone there romantically that you get along with. And you also have things in common, right? You also have the same standards of maybe certain things at least. It doesn't mean that it's a guarantee in life, but you're meeting people with like-mindedness because you're putting yourself there individually. And you're not letting the world dictate to you what you want. You're exploring what truly makes you happy, and through that, you might find other people to make you feel secure, to make you feel like a King of Pentacles, right? The King of Pentacles makes decisions wisely. He doesn't let the devil control him. He doesn't let dark energies control his way of thinking, the way he makes decisions. He knows when to take a rest from certain types of energies. There's a lot of fours here. And the Four of Pentacles is about holding on to what you think is right, what you want out of life. Again, if you list all the traits that you want in someone, you might not get all the traits, but you're going to get some of them. Because especially when you write things down, there's a power in it. And it's not like a shopping list, like I want blonde hair and I want big boobs and blah, 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 blah. You know, it's not that. It could be if you wanted to, but like leave the physicalness up to the world. But start writing down things that you actually do want and write it down. And one day you might be actually really surprised about who shows up in your life because your mind is focusing on things that you want, versus just letting life give you whatever scraps life is going to give you. You're not putting yourself in a predicament with people that are going to be predatory on your needs, on your wants, on your way of thinking. You're actually picking, right? And it doesn't guarantee that you're going to get every single thing on that list, but I bet you that you're going to get at least half of them.